Hello, I'm Boy and Joe from Qinhuangdao, China.
Hello, I'm Shar from Tongzhou, Beijing. In today's edition of the study tour, we'll be talking about class, and this time we'll be joined by our very awesome coach, Strictly, to talk about it.
Good job. This is also fast. You study, the biggest problem is that one is the shadow shot big. Two is that everyone will make a problem, is that your entire person, when you come in, the body does not move, then start to use your hands. This is the biggest problem, you hand power too much, and your wrist will be too live to loose fence net. In fact, the most basic principle is that you have to imagine that you take the racket like taking a hammer. You are hammering nails like this. Come on, stick your head out. You're hammering nails, but then, after hammering nails, pay attention to your direction, to be forward and not down nor up. Yes, you have to hammer the nail forward, feeling that the moment the ball comes over, you are remembering the ball at the same time. You have to do this hammering nail.
It's like you're hammering the ball.
Yes, you have to knock it out. How do you do it? Look at this racket. There are 3 fingers in the lower part of the racket, right? Grip it tightly. The grip is tight, and you'll have power. Instead of, with this, it's the whole body. Get in there. Grip it tightly. Grip tightly to knock the ball. But be careful, when you hit it, don't drop your wrists, just hold them. Hold on tight. Grip tightly. In fact, you see the whole swing range is so big, almost 20 centimeters. Cannot be more, must be 20 centimeters. And then the whole body in knocking in, this is the most basic. Try again. Ready? That's right, knock it in. Good, wrists. Fix your wrists. Step forward. It's still a bit downward. Forward. There's also a point where you have to keep your body on its side. You have to keep it on its side to hit the ball. And your arm and your body. You have to maintain a small angle between your arm and your body at an acute angle of less than 90 degrees. That way you can keep the ball stable. Yes, sir. Again. Come on, put it forward and keep a small angle. Tap. That's it. Knock. That's it. Hit it. Hold the beat. Put it forward. Okay. The balloon is earlier. Hold the racket. Yes, you have to make sure that your racket is standing up and not falling down. So you can hit it, but you have to keep it standing up afterwards. That's right. That's good. That's a good set. But I think your guards could come back a little bit.
Guard.
Generally speaking, if we intercept, we should be holding a chopper in the mainland. How do you hold a chopper? Have you ever held a cleaver? Have you ever chopped anyone?
I've never chopped before. I've never held a cleaver.
If you've
held a cleaver, I've chopped vegetables. I don't need to chop people. Don't need to chop people. I'm telling you, kids don't mold.
You have to hold the knife in the same position as you hold it. For many balls, you hold the ball a little to the west, and when the ball touches the racket, the ball will fly outward. You can't eat it, you can't cover it, especially when you meet that ball. For example, the opponent wants to hit a slant from the slant line. You have to hit a slant at his slant line. When he hits a slice on your side of the line, the ball comes from this side and it slides out. You can't cover the ball, so when you hold the guard well, you can cover the ball. It's going straight back in the direction of the incoming ball. You have to maintain the angle of the racket. Okay, we have finished the upper body movement. Now we are going to talk about the center of gravity. In fact, the most important thing to hit the net is how your center of gravity can be forward to. You must make sure that when you hit the ball, keep your center of gravity forward a lot. Amateur players are in the bottom line, for example, after a bowl of very fast ball, and then have the pressure to run up and then they set up here, and then they start doing this. Your whole center of gravity doesn't follow you up. Why does it have to follow you up? 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 Pad step note that your back foot must be lifted, but you don't have to lift it during the interception, but I'm asking you to do it now so that you can feel that your center of gravity has to be completely in front of you. Come on, do it again. Do it again. That's right. That's right. This is like a serve-receive, except that it has a split leg. This is not a split leg, it's a straightforward step. Try this part. Yes, the movement should be small. Yes, it's very small. Side. Grip the racket wrongly. Grip the racket back a bit. That's right. Right, don't lead the racket. Put it straight forward. That's right. Right, you think you're going to grab the ball now. Grab the ball with your racket face. That's right. That's right. Hold the racket. Center of gravity. Stomp on the ground with your back leg. That's right. Stomp forward. That's it. That's a good one. Then send it forward. There's one more point that's very critical. You have to make sure that your head and your tail are going the same distance. The head of your racket and the tail of your racket have to travel the same distance. Your whole body is like this. Like this. Or like this. If you do that, you'll go into the net. This will be out of bounds. You have to keep them at the same distance. You have to keep them at the same distance. Fix it when you're moving. Don't move your upper body. Just hold the racket and move forward. The rest is up to your center of gravity. You're moving your hands too much. It's still moving. This is good. This is good. It's fixed. Yes, this is good. Forward. Narrow the range of the ball. Tap it once. Tap the ball. Right, after you tap it, stay in place and hold it. That's right, it'll give you a freeze frame. That's it. Now let's talk about how to do a basket, because there are more doubles in the amateur game, and when you play doubles, you definitely won't hold more at the baseline, but choose to play a board and then do a follow through. After that, basically, people don't do much to handle the basket of the interception, because comparatively speaking, the basket has to lower your center of gravity more than the interception that you do in front of you, because it's a low block. So you have to crouch down more when you are doing a low block. And besides crouching down, you may also have to push your center of gravity out more. Stomp out. Stomp more. Obviously, the pace I taught you just now, you have to do it more. Obviously, let's try it now. Let's try it fixed. And now you need to reduce the feeling of knocking a little bit, or you cannot knock. Now you completely use your body forward kinetic energy to pop the ball out. You think of your body as a wall. Now you do not need to do it. The whole body to go in to bring the ball. You're still doing it. That's right. That's right. Stand back a little bit. It's not a basket. It's all coming up. That's it. Hold the beat. That's it. I can't hold it. I'm doing it. That's good. Hold the beat. That's good. That's good. Okay, stand back. That's good. Stomp, stomp. Stomp, stomp, stomp your back leg. A little more sideways. That's right. Sideways. That's right. Keep your center of gravity down. That's good. Center of gravity. Hold the beat. That's the whole problem. You wait for the ball instead of taking the initiative to create a sharp point. It's the same thing I said last time, including when you and I were playing DSLR. You always wait for the ball to come to you. You don't take the initiative to look for the ball. You can only take the initiative to look for the ball if your center of gravity goes up, right? And also your wrists will move more. You do? This way, like this. Like this. Not the whole body is one and then forward, and then the main power comes from your back leg. Watch my back. Forward. Forward. Back leg. The right leg and the right hand are synchronized simultaneously, so your kick comes from your right leg. Go in. Get in there. Don't use your hands and body. Now let's do a little bit of playing a board baseline, and then you come back up to do a basket. Then still pay attention to your center of gravity, including your hands. Don't move the whole body. Or just what I said, the legs have to come in, the back leg to come in. Very good. So this low interception, when you must not use your hands to find the ball, cannot be this way to wipe, must be more forward. So this time, you have to lower the center of gravity at the same time to the leg of this. Stomp out. If you don't use your legs, the ball will be lost. Your arms can't carry the basketball because it's falling and a low ball, so you can't rely on your arms to use both power and control. You can't use your arms to control the ball at the same time. Power to the legs, control to the arms. Stomp your legs. It's still a little slow, but it's not solid. Stomp. It's still not enough. Look, when you stomp, you're pulling back and stomping forward from the side. Forwards. Forward. Yes, that's good. That's good. You're slow, you're waiting, you're aiming at the ball, don't aim. You're looking for it. When you aim, you're already too late. You're already waiting for an emergency point. You have to create it, so you have to take the initiative, move forward, and push the leg out at the first opportunity. When will he stomp? When will he move forward? Don't move forward before he stomps. Or when he doesn't move forward. Synchronize. Synchronize your right hand and right foot. That's right, that's right. Once again, when you make a basket, you have to let the ball go to the side of the body. Sideways. Don't be too square. If you're too square, you still can't hit the ball. Into the side. When you run forward to make a basket, you must remember that the point of grabs must be high enough, although he may sometimes be past the spine. It may be a low ball, but in the low ball, you have to look for his highest point. You cannot, because it is a low ball. Okay, then I choose to catch directly on the ground. The lower your net is, the harder it is to wrap it up. And even if you do, the ball has more spin. The more spin you put on the ball, the slower it will be. It gives your opponent more time to get the ball to press your opponent, so you have to catch it as high as possible. It's a completely different concept from hitting it from here, but hitting it from here means you need to get more spin. Spin, you have to wrap it up. So as soon as the ball gets tangled up, it starts to slow down. But if you hit it at this height, even though it's below the net, you can relatively open up the angle of the racket a little bit more. You can make more solid contact with it, and the ball will be thicker, it will be higher, it will be more oppressive to the opponent, and you'll have to make sure that the ball is going to be in the right place. This is right. You have to make sure that, first of all, this is a 3-point angle. Angle here is a 3. And then you make sure it's an acute angle. An Ella. 1V. LV.
We want to imitate the class of several pieces of people.
Let's talk about the backhand catching, backhand catching. In fact, the principle is exactly the same as the forehand on the main is also to knock the ball. But you knock to remember, including the forehand is also the same. How you knock to remember that the head of your racket cannot be over the hand. A lot of you cannot let your wrists fall down like this. You must finish the shot. So you have to make sure that the head and the tail of the racket are moving forward at the same time. Forward at the same time, it's very small, maybe only 10 centimeters or so. Don't think that I'm going to hit a lot of balls. If you hit a lot of balls, your wrists will fall down, and that will affect the direction of the ball. For example, if I hit a big ball like this, it's too big. It's flying. It's all because it's too big. It's only a small stroke. That's enough. Just like when you hammer a nail, you must hold it tightly, not like this. It's the same thing. If you go wide like that, you won't be able to aim right. You'll hit your hand, right? Aim. Lever. Hold it tight. That's all you need. You don't need to move your arms. Set up this rack and hold it tight. Hold it tight and leave the rest to your center of gravity. The same goes for the backhand. Go in, the whole center of gravity. In, and not. This way you don't have to move your arms as much.
Wait, sorry.
Yes. Hold it tight. That's right. That's right. That's great. Forwards. Yeah, sideways and forward. Back leg. That's good. Standing on the beat. Very good. Foot hold beat. Okay, okay. Not enough forward. Don't be afraid to go out of bounds. Yes, forward is right. No need to go down. That's right. Forward. That's right. That's right, that's right. Forward. A little earlier. Center yourself. That's good. Center of gravity. That's very good. That's very good. There's also the problem that the movement is a little bit different when you're dealing with the low ball. When you're dealing with the low ball, you have to be careful to maximize the angle of the racket. When you are handling the low ball, you must pay attention to your racket to minimize the angle of the racket as much as possible. Maybe when we do the high ball that's enough. But for example, when you're hitting the spine below the net, you have to remember that your angle has to be very small. Based on what? See my crease? See my crease? You're going to make a crease. When you make a pleat, it means you've got enough racket. Right, make sure that's it, and that's it. It's got to be fixed in this spot. You can't hit it at this point. Just hold it tight and let the ball fall down. You just need to hold it tight. You don't need to move the racket head anymore. You can't control the limit. if you move the racket head again, this is the fat man's crease. It's good to hold the racket. When the ball goes out, the racket head falls down first, so that the hand is at the bottom, the hand is at the bottom. That's right. That's right. It's great. So when you're going down the ball, you have to make sure that it's the hand that carries the racket head, or the end of the racket that carries the racket head. At this time, you don't need the racket head to go a lot, because if your racket head goes a lot, you're going to drop the racket head. Make sure that it's the hand that carries the racket head, that goes the hand in front of the racket head, including you look at it this way, it's the hand on the bottom, it's at the bottom, and the racket head is on the top, as much as you can stand the racket up, and don't let it drop, and also do it this way. 做不要这样去做立柱。如果你接一个非常低的球，你要我做的夸张一点，是应该是首先红到第二，不是拍头，先红到底要保证手在前面，在你的意识里面。Yeah. When you're doing a basket, you have to make sure that your center of gravity is low enough, unlike a normal shot, because a basket means you're going to be dealing more with a low shot, and then a low shot, you're going to be using your legs more, and then it's different than a normal shot. You don't have to do a lot of the knocking stuff that I was talking about just now, because you're going to have to get a bad grip on it. If you're knocking it, you're going to be prone to missing it, and then it will go down the net, and then you will go down the net, and then it will go down the net, and then you will go down the net to the net. It will go off the net. So I'm just tapping too much. I'm tapping too much. Normal should be this way again. Look at my back. And then when you do normal steps, you need to utilize the small shadow racket more. When you do just a basket, you need to side your body a little bit when you do normal steps. Forward, step and tap. That's all you need. Make sure that you leave room to knock on the ball like you're hammering a nail. Notice I'm forward. Like this. The whole body goes in, not at all. Including when I am backward, your racket is also forward. For example, if I am backward, okay, no problem. The racket should be this light. And at the same time, you have to make sure that the head of the racket is synchronized with the tail of the racket. You have to make sure that the head and the tail of the racket go forward at the same time. See? Like this. So it's the same for the backhand basket. Pay more attention to the center of gravity, and your racket should be standing. Okay. Remember, you can't be afraid of going into the net. You have to move forward more, so you can get more spin out of the ball. If you don't dare to move forward, the ball will go out of bounds or go into the net. But when you dare to move forward more, the ball will go out of bounds or go into the net. If you don't dare to move forward, the ball will go out of bounds or go down to the net. The friction between the ball and the line, this spin can help you to add more insurance. For example, if you're don't dare to go forward, or you want to, so you're going to hit the net. So what if you go forward, it's not a big problem. You have to be careful to make a short freeze in your movement. Framing. Right? Right, do it like this and then make a normal cut. The head of the racket should be forward. A lot of people, when they do a normal backhand stroke, the ball goes over them because they're not proactive enough. You need to be more proactive, smashing the racket head out before the ball comes, leaving so much space, leaving space for you to hit the racket head, and then you're going to get your racket up to speed before you make contact with the ball. It's back. Back to the racket. You're going to go ahead and make contact with the ball. Back to the racket. Don't be like this. You're getting hit. You've got to get it out. Pat head, walk out. The history of the most vegetable net roots, older to drink hot water, to maintain a little murder, kill, shoot. A shot of this camera can be blown.
Soldier was card thrown out, was chopped by the withdrawal of the group Oni.
What?